I'll just continue where I left off, I guess, because it's still interesting here. You may find yourself in a dilemma here where you begin to think of or to recall some unpleasant events that transpired during your lifetime on Earth. If you are a family man and your family is still on the Earth plane, and if they are struggling because you didn't provide for them, this is going to worry you considerably. You will wish that you had the presence of mind to provide for your family more thoroughly before leaving. You hadn't anticipated leaving the Earth plane. You thought you were going to be there a long time, and death took you suddenly. Probably you met up with an accident or something of the sort. All these things are vital, and it's important to bring them out to you. So I guess that's where insurance policies come in and all of that, and making wills and trusts and making sure if you suddenly depart this earth, your family can, continue right on as far as their everyday needs are concerned. It is very wonderful that we can actually speak with persons in the astral world. So tonight, as an interesting feature, we're going to let you listen in on the telephone between worlds while we actually interview a few people on this side of life. Some of you knew them on Earth and can verify the things they say. We have with us tonight Mr. Shaw. Many of you remember him from before his accident. Mr. Shaw, did you ever bring back memories of having visited the astral when you were on the Earth plane? Mr. Shaw, hello everybody, this is Mr. Shaw. Well, Marjorie, yes, I had an opportunity there to bring back astral memory one time. I remember it was not a pleasant memory. It was one in which I was warned of an accident I was going to have at a certain time. I had a premonition not to take the car out that night, and I did take the car out, and I did meet up with this accident. But since I've come here to the astral world, I realize now there is no blame placed on me. I have met the man who was freed from the physical body through the accident I took part in. I did not do it maliciously. It was not my fault, and yet I was a part of the accident that happened. Well, Mr. Shaw, then what are you trying to say? What you're trying to say is that you've had a number of experiences with this gentleman who was freed from the physical because of the accident, and you feel that if you hadn't taken your car out, this would not have happened. Do you think it was supposed to be that way? What have you learned in that respect? Mr. Shaw, well, no, I don't think just that. In fact, I saw an accident for me, but I didn't see it in just that manner, and I've learned since that it was just one of those things. He was to be freed. I was not necessarily supposed to be a part of it, but it just happened that way. Since I have passed over here and have come to a higher understanding, I've learned a great deal. We discuss the pros and cons about the cases that have happened and try to understand whether they were really foreordained, and if they were supposed to happen in the manner that they did. We learned that conditions of the day will bring about certain results. If we aren't careful, such visions as these can be seen, of a man getting killed or of someone getting knocked down by an automobile while crossing the street, and of the person being responsible. It is partly the fault of the predestined conditions as well as the motorist. If it were not premeditated, it therefore is not held against the person when he arrives in the astral world. Still, it is a horrible thought to think that one had to hit a child or a boy on a bicycle or something like that. But we come to an understanding as we study and as we learn, and then we understand. Do you find then, Mr. Shaw, that by attending classes here conducted by various teachers, that you have learned more than if you just went about asking questions regarding the various things that have gone on in your life? Yes, I do. I ask many questions about my personal life and the things I had planned and the things I had wanted to carry out in my life. I realized that I had great plans up until the time I was freed from the body. I had great plans for my property out in the valley, the things that I wanted to do and that I was building for. I see that that property today has really amounted to a great deal. At the time I purchased the property, I was told that it would become a very valuable piece of property. That property today is very valuable, and it is situated right in the heart of the San Fernando Valley, and I think it is very nice where it is, and the people who have it made quite a bit from it. I did very well on it myself, and I bought it for a song. Well, you don't care very much about owning it now, do you, Mr. Shaw? No, I certainly don't. Well, thank you, Mr. Shaw. I think some of you people remember Mr. Shaw. Several years ago, he was freed from the physical body. He had quite a number of ideas about life, and he has learned since that his theories are on the whole pretty correct. Now, I would like to bring your attention that people who are newly freed from the physical body may very often continue to possess some of the physical reactions of the flesh. They may go through apparent torment, or they may find it difficult to breathe, or they may find that they are experiencing some unpleasantness at the time of their departure, and that they still have that reaction when they make their contact in the astral for the first time. In this area, it is quite remarkable that we have with us here tonight our good friend and co-worker who formerly served us so magnificently on Sunday evenings, Jack Frazier. Jack, how do you like it over here? Jack Frazier: I like it fine. It was very wonderful. Good evening, everybody. The audience answers, hello, Jack. My life here is very fine. I'm glad to know that I can get in here to get control of the instrument. If you would just give me a half hour, I would be telling you a lot of things. Maybe I'll be doing that real soon. Margie: how long do you want, Jack, in the future? Reverend Fraser: oh, about 15 or 20 minutes would help me out a lot. I could tell you a lot in that time. Laughter from the audience. Margie: I'd like to ask you, Jack, if you'd rather be here in the astral plane than on the earth plane, since you have come to do so much traveling here. I know that you wanted to travel to South America. You had planned on going to the convention there in the year of 1964 or 5, and you were told that you would traveling more than you ever realized. That's for sure, he said. Laughter. So, Jack, what would you have to say about this? Would you rather be here in the astral world or on the earth plane? Reverend Fraser: well, I can't say necessarily. I'll tell you, I'd like to be right here teaching. With what I know now, all the more, I'd like to be back with the people on earth. I've done a lot of traveling since. If I had to trade it off, I wouldn't trade my experience for anything in the world. Not me. Nope, not me. Laughter, since this was exactly the way Jack used to speak. Margie: well, I guess he's satisfied. Well, half and half. I guess we will have to call him neutral in this respect. But Jack really has done a great deal of traveling since he has been over here. And Jack, how about your trip to South America? Did you go there? I think you did. Reverend Fraser: yes, I went there and I enjoyed myself very much. And I saw a lot of things here I didn't realize existed. But I'm going to do my part in trying now to help as many people as I can. That's what I'm going to do. You can't hold me back now. I'm free. Jack, did you have any particular pain before you were freed from the physical body? You startled the doctors, if you will remember, as you came over. Would you mind telling the folks about that? Reverend Fraser: well, when I was in the hospital, I didn't have any pain at all. That was the least my higher forces could do for me. They told me I wouldn't, and I didn't. The medical people just could not understand that. When they tried to give me medication, I said, forget it. I felt as if I wanted just to get up and walk out of there. But I didn't, because I had been told to be still and that I was going to be walking out in spirit. I told them I was appreciative of the attention I was receiving, but when they tried to give me the last rites, I told them, no, get out. I'm perfectly all right. I'm a spiritualist. Loud laughter from the audience. More of Jack's unique sense of humor, I think, when I said that it scared the devil out of them. More laughter. The thing Jack was trying to tell you was that this was a wonderful demonstration of spirit power. He was aware that this was the end of his physical career, and of course yours will be the end one of these days too. That's inevitable. Sometimes it's good to remind yourself of that. It helps you spur you on to accomplish as much as you can, to learn as much as you can, because after all, that's all you're going to bring over here to the astral world, what you have learned. Well, of course, there's a lot more to some other people. Well, maybe I'll read some more. I just don't want to bore you. Okay, thanks.